नमस्कार दोस्तों, 23 से 29 अगस्त वीकली कंपाइलेशन में आप सभी का स्वागत है। दिस इज मी राहुल अग्रवाल, इकरा आईएएस में आप सभी का स्वागत है। तो चलिए डिस्कस करते हैं कुछ महत्वपूर्ण इंपॉर्टेंट करंट अफेयर्स आपके यूपीएससी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। वैज्ञानिकों ने बेसिकली अलर्ट दिया है। ओके, वैज्ञानिक अलर्ट में है फॉर अ पॉसिबल इरप्शन ऑफ हवाईज खिलौया वोल्केनो। ठीक है, खिलौया वोल्केनो विद इन हवाईज वोल्केनोज नेशनल पार्क। So basically, it is also known as Mount Kilauea. It is located in Hawaii Volcanoes National Park on the southeastern part of island of Hawaii, USA. It's an active shield volcano. So historically, it is the most active of the 5 volcanoes that together form the big island of Hawaii. And जो इसका slope है, it merges with those of the nearby volcano Mauna Loa on the west and north. It ranks among the world's most active volcanoes, and it's an elongated dome built of lava eruptions from a central crater and from lines of craters extending along east and southwest rifts or fissures. तो इसके बारे में बस थोड़ा सा इंपॉर्टेंट जो है वो यही है कि लोकेशन देख लेना इसका, ठीक है। और हो सकता है कि आपसे मैप बेस्ड ज्योग्राफी में सवाल पूछ लिए जाएं, ठीक है। बस इतना ही इंपॉर्टेंट है यहाँ पे, और इससे ज्यादा डीप में आपको वोल्केनोज में जाने की नीड नहीं है। आगे चलते हैं अगली खबर की तरफ, दैट इज द वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप प्रोग्राम। ओके, नीति आयोग एंड सिस्को दे हैव लॉन्च्ड द नेक्स्ट फेज ऑफ द वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप प्रोग्राम, जिसका नाम प्लेटफॉर्म कॉल्ड एज WEPNXT. So WEPNXT is the next phase of WEP, and it will use Cisco's technology and experience working with India's startup ecosystem to enable more women-owned businesses across the country. Now, Women Entrepreneurship Platform नीति आयोग द्वारा 2017 में लॉन्च किया गया था। इट इज अ वन ऑफ इट्स काइंड यूनिफाइड इंफॉर्मेशन पोर्टल फॉर वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स. And the portal brings together women from diverse backgrounds and offers them access to a multitude of resources, support and learning. ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं। बेसिकली 6 फोकस एरियाज हैं: फंडिंग, फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट, इंक्यूबेशन कनेक्ट्स, टैक्सेशन कंप्लायंस सपोर्ट, एंटरप्रेन्योर स्किलिंग, मेंटोरशिप, कम्युनिटी नेटवर्किंग, मार्केटिंग असिस्टेंस. Samriddh scheme. The Ministry of Electronics and IT has launched the Samriddh scheme. Full form is Startup Accelerators of MEITY for Product Innovation Development Growth. Its aim is to create a conducive platform for Indian software product startups to enhance their products and secure investments for scaling their business. Okay, it will be implemented by MEITY Startup Hub. Features. Firstly, the scheme will focus on accelerating the 300 startups by providing customer connect, investor connect, and international immersion in the next 3 years. Secondly, an investment of up to 40 lakh rupees to the startup based on the current valuation and growth stage of the startup will be provided through selected accelerators. India is currently the third largest unicorn hub globally, with 63 unicorns having a total valuation of 168 billion US dollar, and the program aims to further the Indian startup growth and create at least 100 unicorns out of the selected startups. ठीक है, देन उसके बाद BPRND यानी कि ब्यूरो ऑफ पुलिस रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट और ऑल इंडिया काउंसिल फॉर टेक्निकल एजुकेशन यानी कि AICTE, इन्होंने एक मंथन 2021 लॉन्च किया है, जॉइंटली लॉन्च किया है। और साथ ही साथ ये एक हैकेथॉन है विच इज बेस्ड ऑन नेशनल इंटरेस्ट्स एंड चैलेंजेस फेस्ड बाय आवर इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसीज इन द फील्ड्स सच एज फेक कंटेंट डिटेक्शन, साइबर क्राइम, इमेज वीडियो डेटा एनालिटिक्स एटसेट्रा। सो ये BPRND 1970 में स्टैब्लिश हुआ था विद द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ मॉडर्नाइजेशन ऑफ पुलिस फोर्सेस. इट फंक्शंस अंडर द एजिस ऑफ होम मिनिस्ट्री. इट रिप्लेस्ड द पुलिस रिसर्च एंड एडवाइजरी काउंसिल फॉर्म्ड इन 1966. It is a national nodal police organization to study, research and develop on subjects and issues related to policing. Innovation Cell is an initiative of the Education Ministry to foster the culture of innovation in all higher education institutions across the country. AICTE premises द्वारा establish किया गया है. The aim is to encourage and nurture young students by exposing them to new ideas, resulting in innovative activities in their formative years, fostered through NIC in higher educational institutions. Then Greater Male Connectivity Project. So recently Afcons, जो एक इंडियन कंपनी है, उसने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन किया है for the largest ever infrastructure project in Maldives, which is the Greater Male Connectivity project. ठीक है, so India and Maldives they have signed a pact for the construction of this $500 million Greater Mali Connectivity Project. और ये लार्जेस्ट एवर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट है, जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया. इट इन्वॉल्व्स द कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ 6.74 किलोमीटर लॉन्ग ब्रिज एंड कॉजवे लिंक दैट विल कनेक्ट द मालदीव्स कैपिटल माले विद द नेबरिंग आइलैंड्स ऑफ विलिंगली, गुल्हीफालू एंड थिलाफुशी. ओके, तो ये सारी चीजें भी ध्यान में रखने की है, पूछी जा सकती हैं और कई बार चर्चा में रहती हैं. Then the project was funded by India in a grant of $100 million with a line of credit of $400 million. ठीक है, सो ये आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे अटॉल्स एंड ऑल भी कई बार मैप थ्रू, जो मैप बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है उसके थ्रू पूछे जा सकते हैं. सो द प्रोजेक्ट इज सिग्निफिकेंट बिकॉज इट फैसिलिटेट्स इंटर आइलैंड कनेक्टिविटी इन द कंट्री. दिस इज नीडेड एज 40% of the entire population of the Maldives lives in Male, making it one of the most densely populated cities in the world. Hence, the development of other inhabited islands by interconnectivity and equipping them with civic facilities would incentivize people to relocate to other islands, reducing the burden on Mali. Then Northeastern Region District SDG Index. Niti Aayog has released the first edition of this. It is developed by Niti Aayog in collaboration with the donor, यानी कि Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region. ठीक है, and the index has been developed with the technical inputs from the UNDP. The objective is to measure the performance of the districts of the 8 northeastern states on the sustainable development goals and their corresponding targets and ranks the districts based on the same. 8 जो राज्य हैं वो है अरुणाचल, असम, मणिपुर, मेघालय, मिजोरम, नागालैंड, सिक्किम एंड त्रिपुरा. The index is based on नीति आयोग's SDG India Index और साथ ही साथ 84 इंडिकेटर्स ये यूटिलाइज करता है, जिसमें 15 सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स कवर किए जाते हैं अक्रॉस 50 टारगेट्स. ठीक है, रैंकिंग्स में ईस्ट सिक्किम डिस्ट्रिक्ट फर्स्ट आया है, फॉलोड बाय डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स गोमती एंड नॉर्थ त्रिपुरा. एंड आउट ऑफ द 103 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स कंसीडर्ड फॉर द रैंकिंग, 64 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स बिलोंग टू द front runner category, while 39 districts were in the performer category in the composite score and ranking of districts. All districts in Sikkim and Tripura fall in the front runner category and there are no districts in the aspirant or achiever categories. तो ये सारी चीजें ध्यान रखिए. Then e-श्रम पोर्टल लेबर एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिनिस्ट्री ने लॉन्च किया है और ये डेवलप किया गया है फॉर क्रिएटिंग अ नेशनल डेटाबेस ऑफ द अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड वर्कर्स. ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड वर्कर्स के लिए सोशल सिक्योरिटी स्कीम्स इंप्लीमेंट करना. ठीक है, कोई इनकम क्राइटेरिया नहीं है इसमें रजिस्टर करने के लिए, लेकिन हाँ एक चीज ये जरूर है कि सामने वाला बंदा जो है वो इनकम टैक्स पे ही नहीं होना चाहिए. सो एनी वर्कर हु इज अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड एंड एज बिटवीन 16 to 59 is eligible to register on this, and Aadhaar number, mobile number, Aadhaar link bank account will be required by the worker to register on the portal. So if a worker does not have an Aadhaar link mobile number, he can visit the nearest common service center and register through biometric authentication. And after it, बेसिकली जो वर्कर होगा उसे ई श्रम कार्ड दिया जाएगा विद अ 12 डिजिट यूनिक यूनिवर्सल अकाउंट नंबर, और इसका यूज वो किसी भी समय कर सकता है टू गेट द बेनिफिट ऑफ द वेरियस सोशल सिक्योरिटी स्कीम्स. ये चीज आपको यहाँ पे ध्यान रखनी है. Moreover, the workers registered on the portal would be given accidental insurance cover. They will also be eligible for rupees 2 lakh on death or permanent disability and 1 lakh in case of partial disability. ठीक है. Then Ministry of Jal Shakti has recently launched सुजलम. ये एक 100 दिन का कैंपेन है एज अ पार्ट ऑफ आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव, एंड द कैंपेन इज मेंट फॉर ग्रे वाटर मैनेजमेंट एंड ODF सस्टेनेबिलिटी. ODF यानी कि ओपन डेफिकेशन फ्री. ठीक है, सो इट एम्स टू अचीव दैट स्टेटस फॉर विलेजेस अक्रॉस द कंट्री इन एन एक्सेलरेटेड मैनर. इट सीक्स टू क्रिएट मोर ODF प्लस विलेजेस बाय अंडरटेकिंग वेस्ट वाटर मैनेजमेंट एट द विलेज लेवल, और ये किया जाएगा बाय क्रिएटिंग 1 million soak pits and other grey water management activities. Okay, focus area क्या होगा? Organizing community consultations and Gram Sabha meetings to analyze the current situation. Pass resolution to maintain this sustainability. 100 दिन का प्लान डेवलप किया जाएगा. 1 million soak pits कंस्ट्रक्ट किए जाएंगे. ठीक है, retrofitting of toilets, access to toilets for new households, etc. ठीक है. Then moving ahead here, grey water. So ये एक extra information है. Grey water refers to domestic waste water that is generated in households or office buildings from streams without fecal contamination. It includes all streams of water except wastewater from toilets. Okay, source क्या होगा? Showers, sink, bath, dishwashers, washing machines, etc. Animal discoveries 2020. So ZSI यानी कि Zoological Survey of India has released a document titled This Animal Discoveries 2020, and it has been publishing this document since 2007. India has added 557 new species to its fauna. This includes 407 new species and 150 new records. With this, the number of faunal species in India has reached around 1.02 lakh species. And among new species discovered, invertebrates constitute the majority when compared to vertebrates. And among invertebrates, insects dominated the most, whereas species and reptiles dominated among vertebrates. तो ये चीज यहाँ पे आप ध्यान रखें. Then उसके बाद state wise. So highest number of new species were discovered from Karnataka 66, Kerala 51. Then 2020 में भी 46 new species were discovered from Rajasthan and 30 from West Bengal. Okay, in terms of new records or species recorded in the country for the first time, Arunachal Pradesh has the highest. ठीक है. And among the new species there are some interesting discoveries. Basically Trimeresurus salazar जो कि न्यूज में था. Okay, green pit viper. Then Lycodon deccanensis, the Deccan wolf snake. Then उसके बाद Sphaerotheca bangalore. ठीक है, a new species of burrowing frog named after Bangalore. And Xyrias angeli, a new deep water species of snake eel. Then उसके बाद Glyptothorax, a new species of catfish. And Clister galatianensis, a new species of scarab beetles. ठीक है, so ये सब भी आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा थोड़ा बहुत, कई बार पूछ लिया जाता है साइंटिफिक नेम के हिसाब से. Species record for the first time in India. Basically Myotis cf rater, a bat species, and basically are earlier known from China, Taiwan, Russia, has been reported for the first time in Uttarakhand. Then Zuthera citrina gibson hilly, an orange-headed thrush earlier known from southern Myanmar to South Thailand, which was reported for the first time from India based on a collection made from the Narcondam Island in the Andaman Nicobar Islands. India is a mega biodiverse country, we all know that. Then 23.39% of its geographical area is under forest and tree cover. ये भी आपको ध्यान रखना है. India is positioned 8th in mega biodiversity countries in the world. Eco-sensitive zone. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has notified the Dipor Beel Wildlife Sanctuary in Assam as an eco-sensitive zone. It's a perennial freshwater lake located 10 kilometers southwest of Guwahati city, Assam, and it was designated as a Ramsar site in 2002. It is the only Ramsar site in Assam. It is also an important bird sanctuary, habitating many migrant species. Okay, so this Dipor Bill constitutes a unique habitat for aquatic flora and avian fauna, and about 150 species of birds. Okay, about 150 species of birds have been recorded in the sanctuary, out of which 2 are critically endangered, 1 endangered, 5 vulnerable, 4 near threatened. And elephants also they visit regularly. And eco-sensitive zone आपको पता होगा कि भाई it's an area notified by MOEFCC around protected areas, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries. Notifications declaring areas as ESZ are issued under the EPA 1986. The main aim behind this is to regulate certain activities to minimize the negative impacts of such activities on the fragile ecosystem surrounding the protected areas. And कुछ जो activities prohibited रहती हैं, they are hydroelectric projects, brick kilns, commercial use of firewood, discharge of untreated effluents in natural water bodies or land areas, among others. Then BRICS Agriculture Research Platform. Okay, Union Minister for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare ने announce किया है the operationalization of the BRICS Agricultural Research Platform. The platform was established at the 11th meeting of BRICS Agriculture Ministers under the theme BRICS Partnership for Strengthening Agro-Biodiversity for Food Security and Nutrition. ये एक ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म है जिसे सेटअप किया गया है ताकि एग्रीकल्चरल रिसर्च और इनोवेशन की फील्ड में कोऑपरेशन को मजबूती दी जा सके. एंड द ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू प्रमोट सस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चरल डेवलपमेंट, poverty alleviation through strategic cooperation in agriculture to provide food security in the BRICS member countries. The cooperation will focus on agricultural research, technology, policy innovation, extension, technology transfer training, capacity building and information sharing. The BRICS nations, they have appointed their focal points for BRICS ARP to interact virtually through the platform and identify the common problems and develop joint projects for finding the solution. ICAR जो है वो focal organization है भारत से. तो ये चीज आपको यहाँ पे ध्यान रखनी है. Then Children's Climate Risk Index. Children's Climate Risk Index. A recent report by UNICEF has stated the children across the globe are vulnerable to climate crisis. Okay, so recently UNICEF along with Fridays with Future ये रिपोर्ट इन्होंने रिलीज की है जिसमें बच्चों की जिंदगी पे क्लाइमेट चेंज का क्या इम्पैक्ट होता है वो चर्चा की गई है. इम्पैक्ट को बताया गया, हाईलाइट किया गया है. ठीक है. So the report introduces the new Children's Climate Risk Index, a composite index that ranks nations based on children's exposure to climate shocks, providing the first comprehensive look at how exactly children are affected by the climate crisis. और इसकी highlights कुछ ये हैं. लगभग 1 billion children, nearly half the world of child's population live in countries जो कि extremely high risk में. ये आपको यहाँ पे ध्यान रखना है. ठीक है. Almost every single child on the planet has been exposed to at least one climate or environmental stressor such as air pollution, flooding, heat waves, tropical storms, flooding, drought, etc. The report found that children are highly exposed to exceedingly high levels of air pollution, water scarcity, heat waves, vector-borne diseases, tropical storms, coastal flooding, etc. The 33 extremely high-risk countries for children includes the Central African Republic, Chad, Nigeria, Guinea-Bissau collectively. They are responsible for a mere 9% of the global CO2 emissions, reflecting deep inequity regarding who must ultimately deal with the consequences of climate change. तो यहाँ पे ये चीज आपको ध्यान रखनी है. UN Assistance Mission in Afghanistan. The Taliban Sanctions Committee will hold an important meeting to discuss the renewal of the mandate of UN Assistance Mission in Afghanistan. And UNAMA is a UN special political mission established to assist the state and the people of Afghanistan in laying the foundation for sustainable peace and development. 2002 में established किया गया था by the UN Security Council Resolution 1401. Original mandate क्या है? To support the implementation of the Bonn Agreement. ठीक है? Reviewed annually, the mandate has been altered over time to reflect the needs of Afghanistan. देन बॉन अग्रीमेंट आपको पता है क्या है. इट वाज द इनिशियल सीरीज ऑफ अग्रीमेंट्स जो कि 2001 में पास हुआ था. ठीक है. इंटेंडेड टू रिक्रिएट द स्टेट ऑफ अफगानिस्तान फॉलोइंग द यूएस इन्वेजन ऑफ अफगानिस्तान इन रिस्पॉन्स टू द सितंबर 11, 2001 टेररिस्ट अटैक. ओके, सो तालिबान सैंक्शंस कमिटी आल्सो नोन एज 1988 सैंक्शंस कमिटी. The committee oversees the sanction measures imposed by the Security Council. इसमें 15 मेंबर्स होते हैं सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल के और कंसेंसस से डिसीजन लिया जाता है. द करेंट चेयरमैन इज इंडिया. आपको पता है ये चीज. ठीक है. 31 दिसंबर तक की बात है. भारत इसका चेयरमैन है. देन फेगोसाइटिक सेल. A new study has identified for the first time that specialized immune cells exist in certain varieties of sea corals and anemones. They help understand how the organisms protect themselves from viruses and bacteria in the marine ecosystem. The newly discovered phagocytic cells were identified in cauliflower, coral, starlet sea anemone, and at least 3% of the total cell population of these organisms are phagocytic that fight infections. Okay, so ये phagocytosis basically is the process by which certain living cells called phagocytes ingest or engulf other cells or particles. Okay, the phagocyte may be a free-living one-celled organism such as amoeba, or one of the body cells such as white blood cell. In some form of animal life such as amoebas and sponges, phagocytosis is a means of feeding. In higher animals, phagocytosis is chiefly a defensive reaction against infection and invasion of the body by foreign substances, यानी कि antigens. Sea anemones क्या है? They are called the flower of the sea. They are actually beautiful animals. They are a close relative of the coral jellyfish. They are the marine predatory animals of the older Actiniaria. They are found from the tidal zone of all oceans to depth of more than 10,000 meters. Then Integrated River Basin Management and World Week. Okay, National Mission for Clean Ganga ने ये host किया. And basically World Water Week is the leading annual global event for concretely addressing the planet's major water issues. ठीक है. And ये conduct और host करता है Stockholm International Water Institute. The theme is building resilience faster. Yeah. Then this Integrated River Basin Management (IRBM) emphasize on cross-disciplinary coordination of water, land and related resources in a river basin, watershed or catchment to achieve long-term sustainability. It highlights the importance of ecosystem function in the long term and reminds us that integration of policies, decisions and costs are necessary across a multitude of sectors. ठीक है. तो ये चीज यहाँ पे आपको ध्यान रखनी है. River Ganga is the largest river basin in India and it has recognition of being an international basin. A large section of the Indian population is living in the River Ganga basin and it directly connects with human life in various ways. ठीक है. But the basin faces multifaceted issues related to ecology, environment, economy, food security, etc. ठीक है. The NMCG has developed the Ganga River Basin Management Plan in a consortium with IITs. and the plan covers the issue of population suggested solutions also, with a focus on retaining the water quality quantity. The other challenges related to environmental flow, wetland conservation, development, wildlife protection, and so on are the key elements covered under this. It is being implemented by NMCG in a sustainable manner, and basically ट्रिपल पी की मदद से भी इन्वॉल्वमेंट है। एंड इस सेशन के कुछ की पॉइंट्स हैं, इसमें ये मेंशन किया गया कि भाई भारत जो है उसका फोकस होना चाहिए ऑन द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ स्टेक होल्डर एंगेजमेंट इंक्लूडिंग फिशरीज, एग्रीकल्चर, फॉरेस्ट्री, अदर्स, and there is need to learn from international experiences, understand the characteristics and challenges faced. The current structure having Ganga Prahari, Ganga Mitra at village levels and state level need to be escalated at different scales, regions, and also there is a need to adopt a bottom up approach by empowering the district level government bodies and start initiatives including small rivers as they contribute to Ganga river basin management. Okay, there is also a need to develop basin wise data collection system, budget wise approaches to support IRBM implementation, and etc. ऑपरेशन देव शक्ति इंडिया ने नाम दिया है बेसिकली टू इवैक्यूएट इट्स सिटीजंस फ्रॉम अफगानिस्तान। इसका नाम है ऑपरेशन देव शक्ति। सो इसके तहत भारत और फॉरेन नेशनल्स जो हैं वो अफगानिस्तान से बेसिकली उन्हें इवैक्यूएट किया जा रहा है। एंड और क्या क्या ऑपरेशन है बेसिकली जो इन पास भारत ने किए, ऑपरेशन राहत, ठीक है, ये येमेन क्राइसिस के दौरान लॉन्च किया गया था। ऑपरेशन मैत्री, ओके, ये एक रेस्क्यू एंड रिलीफ ऑपरेशन था, नेपाल में भारत सरकार ने कैरी आउट किया था नेपाल अर्थक्वेक के बाद। देन ऑपरेशन सेफ होम कमिंग लीबियन वॉर के बाद 2011 में लॉन्च हुआ था। एंड ऑपरेशन सुकून, ठीक है, ऑपरेशन सुकून जो है वो इंडियन नेवी द्वारा कैरी आउट किया गया था टू इवैक्यूएट इंडियन, श्रीलंकन, नेपाली नेशनल्स फ्रॉम द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट जोन ड्यूरिंग द 2006 लेबनान वॉर। देन नीति आयोग एंड WRI they jointly launched the Forum for Decarbonizing Transport in India as a part of the NDC Transport Initiative for Asia project. The forum will be a one-stop platform for initiating dialogues between the stakeholders, partners that will help in achieving specific results in reducing emissions from the transport sector. It will also work in close coordination with all the stakeholders to formulate strategies, develop appropriate business models to accelerate electric mobility in India. In India, transport is the third most CO2 emitting sector, with road transport contributing to more than 90% of the total CO2 emission. The Indian government, through its various policies, is promoting decarbonization of transport. Electric mobility पे major focus है. Then this NDC Transport Initiative for Asia यानी कि TI ये जो project है, ये joint program है 7 organizations का that will engage China, India, Vietnam in promoting a comprehensive approach to decarbonizing transport in their respective countries. It is supported by the IKI of the German Ministry of the Environment and Nature Conservation and Nuclear Safety. नीति आयोग जो है वो भारत की तरफ से इंडिया कंपोनेंट का इम्प्लीमेंटिंग पार्टनर है। उभरते सितारे फाइनेंस मिनिस्ट्री ने लॉन्च किया था, उभरते सितारे अल्टरनेट इन्वेस्टमेंट फंड टू फैसिलिटेट debt and equity funding to export oriented MSMEs, and anything alternative to traditional forms of investments get categorized as the alternative investment. और भारत में इन्हें डिफाइन किया गया है in regulation 21B of Securities and Exchange Board of India alternate investment funds regulation 2012. It refers to any privately pooled investment fund in the form of a trust or a company or a body corporate or a limited liability partnership which are not presently covered by any regulation of SEBI governing fund management nor coming under the direct regulation of any other sectoral regulators in India. ठीक है, so it includes venture capital fund, hedge funds, private equity funds, commodity funds, debt funds, infrastructure funds, etc. ये उभरते सितारे फंड जो है it is to provide debt and equity funding to export oriented MSMEs as well as providing them with the required technological support to make their businesses more competitive. और ये jointly सेटअप किया गया है by Exim Bank and SIDBI. ओके, Exim Bank और SIDBI द्वारा ये jointly develop किया गया है. Objective is to enhance India's competitiveness in select sectors through finance and extensive hand-holding support, to identify and nurture companies having differentiated technology, products, processes, and enhance their export business. Also to assist units with export potential which are unable to scale up their operations for want of finance, to identify and mitigate challenges faced by successful companies which hinder their exports, and also to assist existing exporters in widening their basket of products and target new markets through a strategic and structured export market development initiative. Okay, so it will support Indian companies that are future champions with good export potential. It can be supported even if it is currently underperforming or maybe unable to tap its latent potential to grow. Then there is this National Thermal Power Corporation, NTPC. NTPC Limited has commissioned the largest floating solar PV project in Andhra Pradesh, and the largest floating solar PV project of 25 megawatt is located on the reservoir of Simhadri Thermal Station in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. It's the first solar project to be set up under the flexibilization scheme, and it has the potential to generate electricity from more than 1 lakh solar PV modules. It will not only help to light around 7,000 households, but also will ensure CO2 emission reduction of at least 46,000 tons every year during the lifespan of the project. ठीक है, और लगभग 1364 मिलियन लीटर वाटर पर एनम ये एक्सपेक्टेड है टू सेव। फ्लेक्सी बिला बेसिकली फ्लेक्सिबिलाइजेशन जो स्कीम है, ठीक है, ये आपको ध्यान रखना है कि ये जो फ्लेक्सिबिलाइजेशन स्कीम है ये लॉन्च किया था भारत सरकार ने 2018 में। ठीक है, द स्कीम अलाउज पावर जनरेशन कंपनीज टू मीट देयर सप्लाई ऑब्लिगेशंस विया रिन्यूएबल पावर इंस्टेड ऑफ थर्मल पावर अलोन, एंड अंडर दिस पर्टिकुलर स्कीम, क्योंकि फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी के नाम पे बेसिकली फ्लेक्सिबिलाइजेशन है, सो एनी पावर जनरेशन कंपनी हैविंग कोल, लिग्नाइट, गैस बेस्ड थर्मल जनरेटिंग स्टेशन में एस्टैब्लिश और प्रोक्योर रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी जनरेटिंग कैपेसिटी एनीवेयर इन द कंट्री, ईदर एट एग्जिस्टिंग स्टेशंस और एट न्यू लोकेशंस। ठीक है, सो कोई भी अगर आपको डाउट्स हो आप कमेंट्स में बता सकते हैं दोस्तों। धन्यवाद, मिलता हूं आप सभी से बहुत जल्द।